guest warns that if you wait for life to begin, once you're looking at your to-do list and you're waiting for that to-do list to finally come to an end, you're going to miss it altogether. That's life you're going to miss. So get rid of that to-do list. If you're busier than ever and you're struggling and you're trying to get through it, the best way to be happy is to get rid of it. Joining us this morning is psychotherapist Abby Seixas. She's the author of Finding the Deep River Within, a woman's guide to recovering, balancing, and I think I'm reading that incorrectly here. Let's see. To recovering, balance, and meaning in everyday life. There we go, Abby. It's nice to see you this morning. Thank you
Nice
for
to
joining us. So the book actually has been out about a year, but we're about to get it in paperback.
That's right.
And the reason it's been out and has been so popular was because every one of us needs to find the river within.
This is what I've found. There's not too many women I talk to who say, I don't need this book. Most of them say, I need it.
What did I say to you when we sat down here?
You said it.
I'm searching for it. Let's tell people at home who maybe have not read the book yet, what is the deep river within?
Okay. The deep river within it's actually a metaphor that I use just to describe that place of depth and clarity and wisdom that I believe we all have within us. But it gets so buried or covered over or drowned out really by the pace of our lives, by the 24/7 go, go, go all the time pace of our lives. So this is really about helping women not necessarily throw away their to-do list, but reclaim their lives from the tyranny of their to-do list, not being totally pushed around by their to-do list, and being able to step back and make contact with themselves and what really matters to them. So that's what it's about.
I think that you're so right about this to-do list, though. We get so involved in it that we forget that this is my life.
That's right.
I'm living it right now. And if I'm waiting, my mom always uses the example, why are you waiting to burn those candles? Light them now.
Exactly.
What are you waiting for?
Exactly. That's actually one of the practices. You know, I have 6 practices that are designed to be the sort of toolbox, the how-to, because this is easy to talk about, but it's really hard to do.
Sure.
So one of the practices is the practice of presence, and that's what your mom is kind of pointing to. It's about how to be right here, right now, rather than always thinking ahead into the future or always going back into the past.
Well, let's take a look at those six items that you have, Finding the Deep River Within. The first one, take time in.
This is really a fundamental practice, and it's very simple, but it's often hard to do. It's basically stopping, pausing, stepping away from the to-do list, and just kind of taking some time to gather yourself to yourself. So it might be sitting and drinking a cup of tea, might be taking a walk. It sounds very simple, but very few of us actually make the time to do it. And even 5 minutes of that kind of time can make a very big difference in a hectic schedule.
Make boundaries.
Make boundaries. This is about being able to say no. So if I want to take that walk on my lunch and my colleague wants to have lunch with me, can I say no? Or do I have to say yes? When we can't say no, we get into being in constant response mode, and it's a very ineffective and unsatisfying and overscheduled way to live. It's easy to get overscheduled.
Eventually you feel really frustrated because you're never doing anything you want.
Exactly.
Because you haven't said no. Befriend feelings.
This is about getting more comfortable with uncomfortable feelings, because actually a lot of people keep themselves busy and on the surface of life because they're a little bit afraid about what they might find if they slow down. So that's what befriending feelings is. Getting more at home in ourselves so we don't have to rush. We can rush when we need to, but we don't have to.
Now there's a few more on the list, and we're running out of time. So tame self-expectations, and you said practice presence, but finally do something you love.
Yeah, okay, this is really important, and it tends to fall off the to-do list, so I'm glad you got it in before the end of the interview. Just taking some time to do something, not because you're going to check it off the list, but just because you enjoy doing it. That's it.
Absolutely.
Very important, and gives us energy. It doesn't take away. It gives us energy if we can find the time to do something for the fun of it.
We've got to treat ourselves once in a while.
That's
it's
what
just
that's
so important, it seems to me. For more information, you can visit deepriverwithin.com. Abby's book, as we said, is in stores, coming out on paperback at the end of the month.
Yes, that's right.
Congratulations to you on
Thank
a wonderful
you.
book that's clearly been very successful and can help a whole lot of people out there. So be sure you grab it.